Gemme zingelinga niswe zipha gemme zipha gemme zingelinga niswe zakhe zingelinga niswe zingelinga niswe yes.
This is divine talent. Hashtag Ria Babazek. You are tuned into your favorite radio station, the Kasi Hunted, the Yenra FM. Stay locked in. Allah.
Zonke izindlu ziphakeme Welcome to Leandra FM, the Kasi Heartbeat. This is the Duke on radio. Let me just lower this volume and yes. Put them down.
Yes, sir.
Put them.
Are
you good?
I'm good. I'm good. Hi, everybody. Hello, how you guys doing? Yeah.
Hey, yeah, and I'm trying to shake up. What I did is that Farama specs, I thought you were gonna wear yours, so I wanted to match with you.
Machine. Machine.
So get back to what Are you good though?
Right, man.
I'm good. Okay, so let's get to it, my brother. Tonight we are not talking about business. The reason why I'd asked
yes. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Wow. I think the first thing that you need to do, I mean, obviously, as someone, when it is a gift to you, all you want to focus on is do what you want to do and what you are passionate about, and that is where the problem is. You know, you get so caught up into holding a microphone. All you want to do, you want to sing. You know, that is the only thing that you see yourself, you know, doing. When and then there's a businessman who is standing from a who can see you from a distance. They can see you have potential and to do this. They already see opportunities and the monetary value that you can bring in their lives, and then they utilize you. They create you, they make you a product that they can sell and make money and create income. And in a process, you get bruised, you get hurt, because you are treated as a product, not as someone who is gifted. You understand? Yet when it doesn't matter what happens to you, you still want to do this thing, and you end up presenting what was supposed to be enriching you, what was supposed to be helping you grow, what was supposed to be, a gift but you end up presenting it. Yet you're still doing it. You become bitter, and you move on. They say to an artist, ethi yabona ethi nje umuntu ethuka abantu abafike bam-overtake, uthola ukuthi bona they use the right model in the business, bam-overtake, uthola ukuthi there's all that is coming out from that person is just bitterness. So the thing that you should do, obviously with the right skill, one thing that abantu abaculi that are timid kuyona is contracts or contractual agreements. When we can be friends and we decide to do a song together, all we think about is recording the song, going to the studio and record the song. But what happens after? What happens after? We did not even talk about it. It's at the back of our minds, but we don't want to discuss it because we don't want to confront the fact that, someday we may have a quarrel. Engahlangene nokuthi ubani ugcotshwe kakhulu kunomunye, but ihlangene ngokuthi now this what we are doing is now bringing money. What is your share and what is my share? So it's very important ukuthi as much as you are gifted, you seek advice, know about contracts, know about, I always tell people this is the best time to be alive, especially in the creative space, because the market is open to everyone. Anyone can do anything and still make money out of it, especially if you're in a creative space. So it's not like Dala when people, they needed a record label, they needed a producer, they needed so and so. These days, there's social media, which has solved most of our problems. Right now, we are just talking on the radio, and there's back in the days, we wouldn't have this opportunity because there was a mainstream only. So this is the best time to be alive, so as a creative worker. So I say, pay attention to details, especially the contracts, know about contracts, know what's going to make you work. Number two, it's have a vision. Many have a vision. Soccer players, when soccer players are playing soccer, when there's Ronaldo, because he's the best soccer player. Most corporate companies want to invest in Ronaldo. They not invest in Ronaldo because I'm sure there's other soccer players who are good, but he is popular. He has maintained his brand. His integrity is attached to his career. So your integrity attracts favor. It attracts other investors. Have that thing in mind, because once you mess up, sponsors, they pulled out because your integrity is now questionable. Same thing applies with the music industry as well, especially the gospel music, you understand? So make sure that your conduct is always on the right trail, especially music, and especially, I don't want to talk about gospel music, only because I want to talk about the music at large, because I don't want us to box it in there. So I'm going to try and be relevant to everyone. So I think basically those are things that first you need to be aware of. There's a whole lot of other things, but those two things are key. Because obviously, I mean, you are here because you have a skill. A skill is not even a question to you. So, but those things are important.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. One would say, Uguti, you're saying that I can actually go independent. I don't need a record
You
company.
don't.
Now, then the question would be, but how quick can I be popular? You know, how quick can I break the industry if ngizenzela independent? Because I'm new in this field. Yes, I know how to sing and all that, but there's people who've been here, your Sony BMG, your whatever record label that you may name, who know the markets and all that. I understand what you're saying, Uti, Bangangropa and all that. But then now I want to go independent and I'm worried about actually making it because I'm in experience when it comes to the field jet distribution and all those things. How do I
Well,
go about that?
as which there are so many ways. Ne? Um, at some point in my life, I was once offered record deals and all that. Yabo. Washuguti, I'm more clued up now, and I know the consequences. I know which it looks all glitz and glamour at this point, but in the long run, you know, I know which there will be disagreements, and the AMA disagreements, they are not, they are always in favor of the company, not me. Ngisho kuthiwa mina ngi-right. I'm saying I am not happy here,
Yeah.
you know, but still the contract will be favorable to the other party, not me, because they made me, you know. So the maker of Coca-Cola, Uma it's the Coca-Cola, why creator, why promoter, why spender billions promoting Coca-Cola. That the once the day the product is saying, I am tired of you, I don't want to be owned by you anymore, I want to be owned. But do you think um, the owner of Coca-Cola will say, Coke, you can just go, it's okay, we agree, I'm letting you go with all the resources that I've invested in you, go with everything, it's okay, I understand. You understand? It doesn't work. You see, because it doesn't work like that, because I created Coca-Cola. Nobody knew Coca-Cola. I made money. I paid for the adverts. I paid everything. So in most cases, I'm artists, they don't see themselves as product. They look at themselves as human beings. You know, once you enter the space, as long as you are under a company, you've signed a contract, you are a product, you are a property of someone. You don't own your copies. I mean, you don't own your copyrights. You don't own your masters. So they will say jump, and all you need to do is ask how high, and then you jump, you know, for you to continue to live the life that you've already established. But the flip side is either you choose that side, or you say, look, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I want to build from the ground up. And when my time comes, I want my season to come when I've built a strong and solid foundation, and I own my music, I own my brand. I can go anywhere I go. I can negotiate with whichever entity that wants to partner with me. It's not me begging anyone, because I've built my fan base. I own my music. So it's the other way, it's not the other way around. I'm no longer begging and knocking on doors and say, guys, please take me, I need a record label. So you are your own record label. It's built on your blood, sweat, you know. So in that case, you can now engage in a conversation, yabantu, who actually own their own music. But if you are owned by a company, you're recorded under a company, it doesn't matter how big you are, you can be very famous, but if you don't own your music, if you don't own your masters, you cannot freely talk and say anything, you know, because one day that company, if they chase you away, you are starting from the scratch. Yeah, that's just about it. Yeah, yeah. I'll make an example. I'll make an example. I'll make an example, very practical. Who KFC has their secret spice. They have their recipes. They have it's the it's what is prorata, what do you call it, prorata? Yes, they they actually use it for every branch. They recreate, what they've created by client, and then they have to recreate it every time a client wants to buy it. So they own those rights. You understand? They can sue anyone who go and use that recipe. It's more like a patent. You understand? So if I go to the studio and record my album, and as an executive producer, an executive producer and a producer, a music producer, are two different things. As in, I can be your executive producer and you produce yourself. Me, as an executive producer, I own your music because I financed it. You understand?
Yo. Okay. Okay.
So, and when you see a name, when you look at a cover, you see executive producer, so is so and so. That person is the actual person who owns the music, and then the producer is a music producer, is the content producer. He created the content, but the person behind it with the finances, being is as an executive producer. So if you are an executive producer and you so as an executive producer, you own the master. You can take those masters and take it anywhere, and take it to another company if you want, and make a deal. You can sell them to anyone. You can do any. They are yours. It's your property. It's like having your house, and you have a title deed. You can sell it to anyone. You have a right to do anything with it. So those are masters.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. I get what you're saying. And then when it comes to when it comes to it distribution, if you were to put it distribution in simple terms, I've recorded the song. Now I want to distribute the song. Because I sometimes hear Guti, there's artists that make deals with certain labels, but they just doing it distribution. How does a company come and does it distribution? And which one is more preferential? Is it a company that does it, or can you do it yourself? If you can
Okay.
do it yourself, how do you go about it?
Let's talk about that's a good question. Okay, that question I'm answer Zakho I too. I'll answer you ngokwe 4IR, where we are right now, in terms of the fourth industrial revolution,
Yeah.
and the previous traditional distribution where there were hard copies. You understand? So let me start with the previous one because it's more popular here in South Africa. Though it's idlulile, so just so that everyone understands where are we now. So usually, I'll make an example. In 2005, 2006, I was working with one artist. He's very big now, and then we created this album. We created this album. It was huge. It became very huge. Now there was because we pumped it on the radio. There was demand. The record labels were what the record bars, which were about jazz music, Musica, and they wanted to buy this
Warehouse,
because they had customers coming into the shops. Hey, can we get this CD? You know, the name was very familiar with them, but they didn't know who it was. They started calling around, and then eventually they got hold of me, and then I was the manager at the time. And then what I did was I became my own distributor to the record labels. I didn't have to remember those days. There were Revolver, who was a big distributor, and there was about Integrity Music. There was a whole lot of them, you know. And I was refusing. Basically, I wanted to. I was refusing taking my music to a middleman. You know, I wanted to create a demand so that the shops can buy from me direct. You know, the reason for that was so you make a CD for 10 rand, 11 rand, and then you take it to a distributor. You sign a deal with the distribution company. They give you 25 rand. So you break even, and then you make 15 rand. Excuse me, 15 rand profit per CD. Mesebeta is 200 rand store. You understand?
Hey.
So who's making more money now?
Yeah.
Ngomsebenzi wakho, the middleman.
Is it the middleman?
But who is an executive producer? Who's supposed to be making money?
It's
you
me.
Understand? So that was the unfair part when it comes to the creator and there was there were so many people between the creator and the buyer. You understand? So there was a distribution company, from a distribution company to a record label, and then from a record label to a consumer. So we cut out the distribution company, and then we dealt direct with the shop, and we named our price. They took it because people were nagging. They wanted this project, you know, and then eventually we made a lot of money through that. You understand? So there is a distribution company. So when you have created your music, you own the music, but you don't have the outlets, you don't have the resources to reach all over the country. So our distribution companies, they have infrastructure, they have a relationship with all the music shops around the country. They will distribute your music there, and then, you know, they give you your share, they take theirs and their share. You understand? So it was a whole, like, it was a long process. Now, currently, with the 4IR, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, anyone, I can record a song tonight, by Friday I'm releasing, you know, online, because there are online agencies now, you know, that you can actually Apple Music, all the record the digital stores online. They are able to distribute for you, but still they have a direct relationship with you. There's no agent that is between the two of you. It's you, it's them, it's the consumer. You understand? So still you are owning your music. When you are tired, if there's something on my morning, you can take your music down from the shops. Currently, eThekwini Gospel Choir is not on the digital stores because I was not happy with my distributor. I took it down. I'm taking another distribution company that's going to see. I did not lose anything, you know. I can go and I can walk away at any time because I own the copies, I own the rights, I own the music. It's mine, you know. So it's easier that way. So you can actually make a good career out of it. You own. That's why I get to me, guys. Any artist, hey, yona inkulu ngathi you own your music, but no, I own my mean ngathi ayikho into engayikhuluma nawe because you don't own your music. Then I cannot have
Okay.
this conversation with you because you don't. The only person I can have a conversation now is your boss, is someone who owns your music, not you, because you understand. You
Woo.
will understand the day now you are on your own. I was trying to say to him, you cannot boast about something that you did not build. You understand? You were built, you are a product. So, like, I built the product. So I can't talk to a product. Like I was saying that in community, but you understand, we were talking about the music business. We're not talking about
Mm.
the gift and everything, like in other things, but we were just talking about that. Uguti, you know,
Yes.
the sad part about being an artist is that you work your whole life working for somebody else, and you, in the end, you don't own your music. You understand? Uh, so that's just about it. But currently, at this point, I still say there's so much revenue that is flowing in the internet for creative workers. I wish everybody knew and they pay attention to this, yabo, and start doing research around it and create music and directly send it to the consumers. For instance, there's monetization on a whole lot of platforms, YouTube, Facebook. In fact, Wonkama social media platforms. They are now, you can literally monetize your work.
Mm.
You
Mm.
understand,
Mm.
and you earn money through your creation. You understand. So now the space is literally open for everyone. You know, there's no need for you to look for a record company. In all honesty.
Hmm. Okay. Then around about what percentage would your direct, like your Apple, your Google Music, around about what percentage would they charge you when you upload your music through them?
Yeah. Sorry, can you please repeat that?
I'm saying when it comes to
Yes.
distribution, when you choose to go for your Apple and who directly, your Apple, your Google Music, or your Deezer, whatever, do the percentages differ? What they
Yes,
take?
they
Because I
differ.
assume that there is a certain percentage they take.
They differ.
Okay,
They differ.
so around about what
Well,
percentage do they
well,
differ?
well, they differ, but their information is available on the internet. You can actually Google it and find it, because the figures,
Okay,
I will not give the accurate figures, but I do know the top five that pays better. It's April,
okay.
it's Tinder. I mean, it's what is this? Till, um, well, it's April. I want the second one. It's the one I call about Jay-Z.
Mhm.
I wanna say the correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Tidla or what? And then Spotify, Deezer, and your Apple Music, iTunes, and YouTube. I mean, those are the actually reliable ones. Then and the paying one. And there's a whole lot of others that I've never heard about before. And I've learned that there's also pirates that are taking our music and distribute them to
Mm.
the public and make revenue, and we don't get anything for it. I've recently started, teaching people how to support our musicians correctly, because people, they support us, but they don't know that they want to support us, but they don't know how to support us the correct way. They send each other our music on WhatsApp, and they thinking they are supporting us when they actually,
Mm,
killing
mm,
us. And they don't know. You
mm,
cannot blame them, you know. So it's very important that the public knows which platforms to actually, stream our music on, and to to listen to. and to download from. It's very important, because if they don't know, it's not going to help us. You understand? In the States, with South Africa, our culture, like, I'll tell you something. We do a lot of workshops here in South Africa for artists, workshopping artists, telling them this is how you should approach the industry and everything, and we are very good at that. But when we walk out of that workshop, we are going to the society that doesn't take us serious. They don't even know how to support us. They see artists as abantu. You understand? They are not taught how to support artist. Artistry is something yokuqeda isizungu, kuze kuthiwa uqeda isizungu, uyabo. So ayasibiza usibani bani azositulela. We are not taken serious like business people, to a point kuthiwa mekuzokhulunywa ngebhizinisi nasiqale sibiza usibani bani asitulele sikhule ngomculo, mase yahamba-ke sisale sikhulume ngebhizinisi. We do not partake in serious matters. And nathi our mentality is, our mental state is iyafika lapho. You understand? Because GDP, creative sector contributes a lot to GDP of this country, and yet we don't know about it. Yeah, we don't know all that. So because music is played every day, imagine one day to switch off your music in the world. The frustration about when you understand. So the creative sector here in South Africa is not taken serious. We go walk out of the workshop, we go to the public that doesn't support us, that doesn't know how to support us. They don't take us serious. Even the leaders, the politicians don't take us serious. Everyone, they if they want to vent, maybe they choose one artist on social media or anywhere, because people don't know what does it take to build a brand. The public in South Africa, they can demolish your brand in few seconds, using fake news, because they don't know what it took for you to build that. You understand? What is it gonna take you to rebuild after the damage? So we go to the public that literally doesn't know us, doesn't know what we go through, the pressure that we go through. You cannot be seen because you're an artist, you are seen on TV, yet you do not afford a car. How do you afford a car? You can afford a car by what's public, support it correctly, but they go to your shows, they buy your music in good platforms. But the expectation on us is too huge. But in the state, society is well taught about music business, is well taught about the creative sector. What does it take to support an artist, and why is it important to support an artist? Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. Yeah. There is. That's why you should have a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer, you know. Mj, because he contracts. The good thing about he contract artist is that but what usually happens, I'll make an example. I will not mention names. But there was one artist in one big company. Yenza gospel, record gospel artists. It's a very big company. They have a big choir, you know, a very popular choir, you know, and blah blah blah. And then they had this artist some years back, and ibisikhathele ukuba khona. He was not very happy with the contract. What he did, he contested the clause, terms and conditions. Eventually, why win? They had to let him go. But basebethi-ke before ahambe, base beprint ama-CDs wakhe, bamnika ama-masters wakhe lawa. But before ahambe, base beprint about 100,000 copies of his album that he had recently released. They printed about 100,000 copies that they are going to sell in the market under their old contract, the one that is ending. You understand? So they distributed nationally. So now we had to wait for almost a year. He had to wait for almost a year for the copies because the shops had stock. They didn't want anything, you know, to buy anything from him. You know, they had to wait for the old stock to finish. The old company was still making money out of them. You understand? So it's sad, though they finally release you, but there's always a very heavy and strong force that is pulling you down, pulling you back to where you come from. They don't as easily let you go. You know, there's always, they will tell you, now you can no longer perform the songs that you did while you were with us. Create your own now that you are. You remember what I said earlier on about the copies and and owning the copyright of your music. You see, there's always you know, you've been releasing hits under this company. Now that you are free, but you are not allowed to perform those hits anymore. You need to start your own journey and start afresh. Yes, you are free, but you are starting from the ground. So there's always a way to be free, but you need to start from the ground. Depending, 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 depending on how good is your lawyer, and you know, and can he actually take them on, you know, and meet your demands. Yeah. So we don't have much entertainment lawyers in South Africa. I can name a few. We have or one or two. So I don't know much. I only know two in South Africa. Like, because that's how bad our situation is. You know, everybody wants to sing. No one wants to speak on our behalf. Yeah, that's the industry. But I want to emphasize, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a trap. Think about this. Think about this, Duke. Uguti, uh, I have two people. Ne? One cannot afford to buy a house now, but he can save money, save up money. One has a job. He can he can get a bond, apply for a bank loan. They get approved. They move into a mansion. This guy hustles and he saves money, start building his own mansion. It may take Mhlambe, like a couple of years, 4 years to finish the mansion, you know. But the other guy A, is gonna pay the bond for 20 years, you know, and he's actually before they even get a title deed, you understand. So this guy, the journey has been very rough. He's been saving up money, sacrificing, but in the end, he owns the house. It's his house. No one can kick him out. Akaminci njalo uma kuphela inyanga, if the bond is not paid. You understand? So it's the same situation. Ne? It's the same situation. Yeah. But I would like to emphasize that, yeah, 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 yeah. Duke, when we're not trying to scare people, about the music industry and everything. Remember, here I'm not even talking about gospel because I'll be boxing it, putting it in a box, putting the music business in a box. I'm just talking about the creative sector at large, Mfethu, I I encourage people to get into the space because there's lots of money to be made in this space. You understand that there's actually, it's one of the careers that are going to survive the fourth industrial revolution, fifth, seventh, ninth, 10th, because robots cannot sing, robots cannot make music, you know, robots cannot preach. The preachers and singers, but they are here forever. You understand? So if you want to get in, jump in now, but make sure what you jump in knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into. Do a research, get into this, and run it as a business. Make it work for you. You understand? The key things that you should know is how do I make money? Where is my money coming from? You know, and how do I get my money? How do I secure the bag out of from all this? And then how do I maintain what God has given me? How do I maintain it? How do I handle it with care? Handle it with care. The integrity. Understand those things, like the integrity that you need to maintain. For you, like it takes a lot. You understand key things. Know the key things, and then you are going to survive. Be innovative and make sure that you grow all the time. You are flexible. Recently, last weekend, I was um, I was actually recording a Sutu song. I'm Zulu, 100% raw Zulu, and I've been throwing like the guy Xolis Aquilana, my friend. I don't know if he's here. He was throwing me under the bus, thinking I will not sing a Sutu song. I sang it like I'm Sutu because for me it means I've got an opportunity to reach to a new audience. I'm actually innovating myself. So I did a Sutu song. Boom. I've got a new following in the Sutu kingdom. You understand? So don't be compatible. Don't only, don't be a village champion. Go out there and get out of your comfort zone and go to other places. Grow when you get into this industry, then you will survive. Yeah. Yeah.
So much, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah. If there are any questions, please do send DMs. Okay, and I need to know how to make money over. Wow. Wow. There's a whole lot of ways of making money to make money through music. Number one, have a manager. You know, have a manager. Don't speak for yourself in money matters. Um, don't speak for yourself in money. I tried it. It doesn't work. Um, I know people. We culture it. It doesn't want us to have managers. They think it's as jealous pagame, but I I promise you, when you have to speak for yourself in money matters, you will take anything because you love to sing. You don't want to miss that opportunity of getting on stage. But your manager, he will or she will speak on your behalf, and they will respect you, and they will take your business serious. That's one thing that you should take care of. Find someone to stay to be on your behalf. You cannot express. Who will for, express on your behalf when you are not happy? But when you have to keep this face of, being as everyone's darling and everything, but there's someone who is fighting for you, naming the price and actually telling them, no, my artist is big. He cannot come, at that price. You know that, people take you serious. We need to be talking music business. Even in other matters, it helps you as well. So find relevant people who are going to find a publisher. Hey, Duke, there's so much to talk about when you talk about music. I have a publisher. I have a company that chases my income all over the world, where people, when other institutions are using my music, my IP. So I have an institution that collects that revenue for me. I don't have to go around asking who has been playing my thing. I've hired people to do that. My career has been set up in a way that it works for me while I do what I love, and I enjoy it. I sleep at night, and I worry about when am I releasing another album, and when I'm releasing a new album, I have to involve all those people again. The manager must know, the publisher must know, the distribution company must know, there are lawyers that must know. Like, there's a whole lot of other entities that needs to be involved in your career. It doesn't matter how small you are. You need to think big.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. That's all we have for today, and we will call you again, my brother,
Thank you, sir.
for more info from you, because I think guys have lots of questions, and I'm certain that they will be sending us DMs and all that. And as soon as they send them, we'll draft them, we'll send them to you, and we will come back for another broadcast with regards to all the questions that they have relating to the music business. Thank you so much for joining us, and may you have a tremendous night ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it. Anytime we can just talk about it, and I'm available for any questions, guys. Yeah, it was nice talking to you.
All right, cool. That was Ntokozo Ngongoma, Mr. Hashtag Izindlela Zakhe. And this is the Duke on Radio, your mom's favorite boyfriend. We are signing out. Guys, I'd just like to apologize for the sound that we encountered go Instagram, but we will definitely edit the video so that it doesn't show the sound problems and all that. So I'd like to apologize for the sound. The internet is a bit slow today. But we will definitely fix that. This is the Duke on Radio, Mom's favorite boyfriend, and you are tuned in to the State of Worship address in Leandra FM, the Kasi Heartbeat, and this is the Leandra Dream. I'm signing out from Instagram. FM. Please download the app on Google Play Store. Follow me directly. It's at the Duke underscore on radio, the Duke underscore on radio. Yep, I'm gone. Bye.